So, I've been thinking partially about the burnout that I felt a while ago regarding the server, but also about how we can um, improve some of the user experiences on Runex. The biggest complaints that I see involve the RNG, the multiple layers of RNG rather, behind getting some of the gear from the Enchanted Chest, particularly, or from the Mage of Wisdom. So I'm going to talk about the mechanics at hand, and I'm actually going to sacrifice some summer gems by going and talking to the NPCs in question. So the first thing has to do with the good old enchantment chest. Everyone hates this thing. Like, seriously, I don't know of anyone who actually thinks that as it is a good mechanic. However, I don't see a problem with some RNG behind getting these items, like the Elemental Rune Crafting Gloves, the Enchanted Cape, the Torso E, Elite Void, the higher tier skilling backpacks. I'm okay with the RNG behind it. However, there needs to be a way to control the RNG, because people go like 20 attempts dry on Elite Void, which on a 35% success rate should not happen. But I'm not going to say we need to have a guarantee. Instead, let's take an idea. So, that idea is enchanted shards, which conceptually would use the blood shard model from Spawn PK, using the purple enchanted item texture, like let's see, the Enchanted Cape has. And you would obtain these. You'd obtain a number relative to the odds and tier of an enchantment when you fail. So, like, let's say, mystery chest, you'd get a fair number of enchanted shards from attempting this, because it is a tier 3 and you have pretty good odds of getting it. Or where something like, let's say, the Bag of Riches enchant, you shouldn't really be getting a ton of enchanted shards, because it's kind of a low tier enchant, and you're not getting good odds for it. You should get some, but not a lot. Now, what these would do is you would be able to consume them to boost your enchantment odds. So, let's say I have, say I have 60 enchanted shards. Let's assume that they would be 1% each. I would be able to consume them and have a 95% chance at the Elite Void Armor, because I've sacrificed so many other items in attempts at different items. Different enchants. So, it would give a consolation prize, effectively, because it's like, hey, you didn't get this thing, but here are some shards so that you can boost your chance at getting another thing or the same thing. I'm saying this instead of the alternative, which would be, just raise the odds of getting a thing each time you fail, like Black Desert Online. Because you could also throw them into, like, task scroll rewards. You could put them into the skilling task store. Maybe put them as a rare reward in point boxes. That sort of thing. Next up is our buddy the Mage of Wisdom. This is not a good system. So the way the Mage of Wisdom works is it creates random exchanges, so skilling supplies, PvE and skilling supplies, currencies, rare PvE items, or extremely rare items. You have to complete the first 4 exchanges or complete the 5th exchange in order to be able to have the right to purchase a randomized selection of items. My idea is to create a Wisdom Contract Scroll. It would be a Clue Scroll model, again with the enchanted texture, because that seems like the best thing to do. Again, this is just theoretical. And you would get it as a rare reward from like hard and higher tier task scrolls, so hard, elite, and master tasks. And what this would do is allow access to the exchange for one item without completing the exchanges. Now, you wouldn't get the item for free. You would still have to spend the, 25,000 rune coins, the 7,500 rune coins, the 20,000 rune coins for the different items. And it would have to be able to be purchased that day. But it would remove the RNG of, okay, am I going to be able to get the items for this, whether it's if people are actually going to be selling the items. Admittedly, there is a bit of an iron slant to this item, but it would be a tradable item, unlike the enchanted shards. I forgot to mention, those should be untradable, so you can't just buy it, you actually have to earn it. This would be a tradable item, so eco accounts could just buy the scroll from other people. Because the main items that I'm thinking of are the Infernal Heart and the Summer. Well, not the Samurai set so much. The Infernal Heart and the Arcane Stream Necklace, which is the best in slot magic necklace. Best in slot items, I don't think should be locked behind, oh, can I make the exchanges on a day where it's available? Personally, I don't think that it should be random what items are available per day anyway, but that's another topic entirely. And lastly, there's not really an NPC involved in this one, but this would be a new user experience item primarily. Well, I say item, but really it would be a point, and that would be task points. It would be a non-item currency, kind of like Runex points, skilling points, boss points, slayer points. And you would obtain it by completing your daily money-making activities. Probably like 1 for easies, 2 or 3 for mediums, 3 to 5 for hards. Although, when you're doing hards, you wouldn't really be necessarily going for these. And you would spend it on small little rewards, like standard prize boxes, point boxes, fancy mystery boxes, rings of wealth, crystal keys, other low-tier items that aren't incredibly expensive. Like, let's see. I believe rings of wealth are like 200k each. Yeah, rings of wealth are 200k. Crystal keys are like 10 mil to 15 mil. I don't think you could trade prize boxes. No. Fancy mystery boxes are maybe 2 to 10 mil. It wouldn't be an enormous boost, but it would help new players get on their way, because, you do your dailies and it's like, oh man, I got 5, 10, 20. New players aren't really going to be doing skilling tasks, I don't think. 30. Basically 30 mil for the ones that new players would do. 40 if we count the Slayer one. Let's be real, hardly anyone does the chompy minigame one, even though really, like, Irons absolutely should. But it would be a small boost. They'd get their crystal keys to get some extra early gear, rings of wealth to start saving towards the god rings, fancy mystery boxes for the fashion scapers. So, yeah. These are all just purely conceptual. I came up with them, reviewed them to make sure they made sense, and then decided, hey, I'm going to make it a video because why not? People seem to like these ramble videos or suggestion videos, so yeah. So let me know what you think, because again, some of this is selfish because it would make the game easier for me, especially the enchanted shards, but at the same time, I think that they would genuinely make the early and late game experiences significantly better.